Good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, I've had a rather strange view of Mrs. Jones there. Not sure what she was doing. We started the countdown and she suddenly went, oh! So, welcome to this, the 12th episode of Ladies Wot Pod. Those of you who know us will know there's nothing weird about strange things like that. It's usually my ears playing up or Claire's ears falling out, but it was just a view up her nose this time. So, those who don't know us, I am Liz Saunders, season ticket holder at the Saints. Lovely, quiet, restrained sort of a fan. Never to be heard shouting at anybody. Then again, maybe not. And Mrs. Jones, you will recognise her. You were on the telly quite a lot when I watched the game back, by the way, Mrs. Jones. Would you like to tell us why?
Was I? Oh, right. I'm usually on the telly because I normally wear a red hat and have a camera stuck to my face because I am one of the team of club photographers at the Saints. I'm also a season ticket holder for a seat I never sit in, which completely baffles people. But there you go.
Makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Yes, and I'm in the wilds of Cambridgeshire. Where are you, Liz?
I'm in deepest South Northamptonshire, where it's positively tropical. And a bit like the Bible Belt. No, it's nothing like the Bible Belt. Actually, that's a lie. But it is the deep south of Northamptonshire. Yeah.
And I'm in the middle of Cambridgeshire. Slap bang in the middle of Cambridgeshire.
Yeah.
Right. So we had a busy weekend, didn't we? But
we did have a busy weekend. Yeah, one way and another. A potential banana skin, I felt Saturday might have been. I was very worried with their change of coach, because we've been on the receiving end before where they've suddenly had a revival, especially with Steve Diamond. Actually, did us like a kipper at Worcester. So I was a bit concerned. And then I had a migraine on Saturday morning, which made me even more concerned. But anyway.
You did look cool in your dark glasses when you turned up, though. You know.
Yeah, I had to look like a film star.
Stealth Saunders coming into the.
Yeah.
Don't know. Look at me. I'm undercover.
Yeah. Nobody will recognise me because I've got my dark glasses on. Everybody did. So, but it was. Yeah, I was a bit photophobic.
But you got through the game.
Got through the game. I started to feel. I mean, I was feeling well enough to come out, which is quite something. If you'd seen me earlier, you would have thought, "No way, is this woman leaving the bathroom?" But or her bed, darkened room. Those who have migraines will know it's all very horrible. So, but yeah, migraine relief and 2 hours sleep, and I was able to come out and just got better as the day wore on. So, yeah,
and it was a good day. Newcastle,
it was a good day.
Newcastle were also off the back of a win. They haven't had many wins this season. A win in France is a rare thing. So a win against Perpignan, who have to be said aren't having a great season either. But they had a win in the Challenge Cup, so they must have felt things were on the up.
Yeah.
And they were wearing a rather strange colour combination. I was a bit worried before the game. I was thinking, oh no. Not the full pink number with our home kit. That would have been horrific.
Yes.
Those of us who had to go to Sandy Park when Exeter Chiefs wore their pink highlighter kit and we wore our Sunny Delight number a few years ago will remember the full horror of that. But fortunately, it was only the shorts. And it's because we wear black shorts. And, of course, they were trying to wear black shorts and their away kit didn't work and it was all a bit of a mess. Anyway, so they ended up in black shirts and pink shorts.
Very pink shorts. As somebody sitting near me said, it does look as if they've had to raid the lost property cupboard, doesn't it?
Of a local school, yes.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, some of those shorts looked a little snug.
Yes. Yes, I was a little worried that we were going to see some seams.
Yes,
they
must have been well made. I think they were well made shorts.
There were one or two rucks where I was thinking, no, I really don't want to look too closely what's going on in here. So anyway, yes. And Saints, they had a lot of changes thanks to England, where we got 7 players and they were unavailable. They were off in wherever in their
somewhere in
winter Spain, doing something, which seemed to involve Tom Pearson and Tom Freeman going to a Barcelona game. Anyway, and they
Even
couldn't
though
have looked more
apparently football.
yes, they couldn't have looked more wooden if they tried in the photo. In the photograph. Let's stand there with our new Barcelona scarves on, and of course Mr. Langdon's ban, which we're still not.
Yeah.
We don't know when we get him back. I mean, end of time at some point. But we had lots of changes. Backline changes to the centres as a result. So we had Mr. Dependable,
Yes,
Litchi in, and Berger Odendahl, who looked well up for it and
he did.
proceeded to smash around the place for the game. And then, of course, we had a new halfback pairing in Tom James and Charlie Sabala.
Yes.
Charlie looks a class.
I thought he worked himself into the game beautifully. I felt it was,
I think getting that first kick from the touchline
it was
really
a difficult
settled
kick.
him.
Yeah. No, I was impressed with him.
Because the wind, it was into the wind. I'm not sure if you're aware of that. The wind was actually unusually going across the ground. So he was kicking into the wind. Yeah, so it was a really difficult kick. We had a couple of returns in the pack.
We did.
The wonderfully smiley Sam Matavesi. And Lewis.
Yes.
Oh, Mr. Ludlam returned.
Oh, it was nice to see him back.
He said to me in the changing room afterwards, "It was too long, Claire. It was too long." It was good to see him out there, rampaging about the place.
He was on full rampage.
He did look like a man. He was on full rampage and full shoutiness in the warm-up. We got top shouting from Mr. Ludlam. Yes. There were a number of photos where he's doing the goldfish impression. Full. Yes. Yes. So it was good to see him back. And it turned out, after a sort of strange 20 minutes, it was quite a comfortable win, wasn't it?
It was very strange. And I drove up to Derbyshire after the game, and we were listening to the game again, as you can on BBC Sounds. You can do catch-up of the game. And as Ian Hunter said, we have been so spoilt this season. Last season, we'd have ripped your arm off for a win like that was comfortable and dependable. Now we're going, oh, sorry, it's okay, but where? Where's that? So, I mean, Newcastle as well, tough old side. I mean, I know they're bottom, but they're gnarly and offside quite a lot, and gnarly.
And they are playing for their lives. They are playing for that black shirt.
Yeah.
They're definitely.
You can't fault their commitment, can you?
No, I don't think you can. But we still had some lovely tries.
There were some lovely tries.
Ollie Sleightholme, well done, that man. Aim for the hat, straight in there. Okay, he knows where to put the ball down. He's not daft.
I was a bit worried the way he
John got another.
Oh, I was a bit worried the way he went out through all the advertising hoardings early doors, though. That was, I thought.
I was expecting him to come back with a Saul's Port roll. I mean, he went so far. So
he did, yeah. It was. Bless him.
He just sort of brushed himself down and trotted back. He was going full tilt. He wasn't mucking about. But in the second half, he scored that lovely try.
Beautiful try. Of course, he got robbed of a try, didn't he?
And I predicted it.
Oh, you predicted his try?
Mm-hmm. First half, everything was happening on the other side. So I said to Lewis, the chap that does the video stuff that everyone sees, I said, Lewis, don't worry. Ollie's going to score in front of us in the second half.
In the second half.
And really? Mark my words.
And he did.
There you go. He did. And he did. And then we had an absolutely sublime move through the backs. There you can see the Vesti DNA in Tom J's try. Tom James,
yes,
wonderful try, but made up exactly. It wouldn't matter who was playing. It was classic Saints, and it was a thing of beauty.
It was gorgeous, that one, absolutely gorgeous. And then Trocky's try. He had no right. He'd have had no right as a back to get that down. As a back row, he's like, that is just all sorts of obscene, to be honest. It was crazy.
I did like the way that Sam Graham tried to place the ball, and everybody's got him placing the ball, and then he sort of like ratcheted it back, presented it, and then Chucky got it over the line. So
yeah, it was brilliant.
It was as sound as £1, 5 points in the end.
Yes.
But as you say, we have been spoiled. We really have been spoiled. But everything clicked into place, and actually it clicked into place remarkably quickly, given that, as we've just talked about, the changes were significant. We have to acknowledge Saint 2089.
Yes, we do.
Gabriel Hamer-Webb, who joined us from Cardiff. He came through the Bath Academy, and he played his one and only game for Saints. On Saturday. Yeah. Bless him. Ran around a lot, did a lot of tackling. And Dav's played special thanks to him in the changing room after the game, which I thought was lovely.
That's nice. We did wonder at one point, watching him run up, and Courtney was inside him, and if we wondered if there was a moment where he suddenly thought, that's Courtney Laws. Ah!
I don't pass to him. I don't want the Tommy Freeman look.
No, please.
Have the ball.
I don't want the death stare. No, thank you.
Well, try machine Laws. Yeah.
How long did we wait? It's like a bus or buses. Waited 5 years, was
not
it?
In South Cambridge, you'd still be waiting. But anyway.
We don't have any buses here. London buses, you wait 5 years for one, and then he can't stop himself after that.
He can't. Yeah. Can't stop himself. And actually, as it turned out, I'll divert it to the rest of the league. Everybody else, the results couldn't have gone any better, really. Apart from everybody drawing with each other.
That would have been really good.
So it now means we've got lots of draws would have been great. But it now means we've actually got a 7-point lead at the top. I've now got a nosebleed. I'm not used to this. It's like, can we stop?
It's making me quite dizzy.
But it was a set of results that actually went particularly well for us.
Yeah.
This weekend,
and we're in that weird situation where it's up to us. Like, we don't have to look at what anybody else is doing and work out the computation. As long as we just carry on winning, that's it.
Yeah, it's all in our hands. It's all with us. Yeah, it's all with us.
No slide rules are going to have to be involved. And, if Leicester win, but
let's not say that. Not yet.
Not yet. Not at the moment. But no, that's the situation as it is at the moment, which can't remember the last time we were in this situation. But brilliant. Well done, the coaching staff. That's all I can say.
2014-15 that's the last time we were significantly at the top of the league.
Yeah.
So. And it's Tom Quar did say the last time we had a run of 10 games, and I have to confess I've forgotten, which is rubbish because he took great delight in telling us. It's a decade or so ago since we've had such a good run.
Yeah. Must have been.
And it's certainly it's more than a decade for that a good run in the what's now the Champions Cup, the Investec Champions Cup, because
that will always be the Heineken
in the 2014
Cup.
year.
We were down.
Well, I suppose we have to say Investec. We cuddly zebras are going to start complaining if we,
Very true. Yes. Yeah. Yes, the European Cup.
Player of the match, Liz.
Player of the match. Well, now that there was the usual suspects. Obviously, Courtney, but I like to think outside of the box a bit. Charlie Savala, I thought, to go into his first game for the Saints and play in such a controlled manner, I was really impressed with him. He's on my shortlist. Sam Matavesi for being smiley and flirting with Sarah Cox, I thought was brilliant. But I think, there were others as well, but Tom Litchfield for playing in so many positions in one game alone, because he finished up on the flank, didn't he? So, I think
Mr. Dependable. Absolutely Mr. Dependable.
Yeah.
I have said to his mum, Anna, if he gets asked to play tight head prop, could she just persuade him not to? Because, you know.
Yeah. So next. Because he moved from centre out to wing briefly, back to centre, and then finished up on the flank. So, what could you can't ask.
You see, that's it. He's only 2 rows away from being, you know, Ferg's getting hold of him and him in the front row.
Yeah, no, don't go there. Do not go towards that light.
No. Just say no. Nice man as Fergs is, don't listen to him.
Don't listen to him. No. So for me, after much debate, he would be my player of the match. Unless you've got anything to throw in there.
No. I have to say, Tamo just goes for strength. Tamo and Shunya were a formidable pairing in the engine room. They were, Tamo, but it's the relish with which Tamo hits people as he runs over them.
He does love running at people and over people. You know, yeah.
I'm lining you up. I'm running over you. We haven't had a boof yet. For those of you who don't know what a boof is, it's when literally you run over the top of somebody, as invented by Tamana Harrison.
Yes.
We've had some very close boofs, but not some actual boofs yet. But Tamo, as I say, it's the grin as he just goes scything through people that I particularly enjoy as a photographer.
Yes.
So I thought Tamo played really well on Saturday.
I thought so too.
In the engine room. Our scrum absolutely had him on toast. Big Trev, very big in the scrum.
I forgot to mention Big Trev. He was on my short list as well because he was just doing Big Trev things all over the shop. He was just being Big Trev, and I think he just gets an award.
He's got that little glint in his eye, hasn't he?
Yeah.
For being Big Trev, he's got that little glint in his eye, hasn't he? He's that sort of just silent assassin. Yeah.
Just doing Big Trev things.
Yes. If you're not getting smiled out of the game, you've got that glint from Big Trev. Yes. And Al, you see, Al didn't score because he didn't look at me.
Yeah.
He did the tap penalty. Didn't do what he did before. His routine. He changed his routine.
It's never going to work then, is it?
No, I'm absolutely with you. Tom Litchfield is a fantastic choice. So the Ladies Wot Pod player of the match against Newcastle Falcons, Tom Litchfield. Which means both centres won the available awards.
They did. Mm-hmm. They played very well together. I think they made a cracking centre pairing. So good. And the other, I'll shout out to Sarah Cox. I loved her refereeing style on Saturday. I love the way she listens to her assistant refs and the TMO and uses everything that's available. There's no ego involved with Sarah Cox, is there? She just wants the game to flow as well as possible and be informed by everybody. So I was impressed. I was particularly impressed with the way she spoke to the players. One or two of them were getting a bit arsey. And Hutch, when he thought he'd been stamped on, came charging up to her. Right, calm down, take a breath. And I don't think she actually said, but it was like, use your words, tell me what the problem is, in the way you talk to small children. And he did. He went, I think I've been stamped on. So, and then he was, and she said, well, that's what the TMO will be looking at things. She said, well, is he checking it out? I don't know. I haven't asked him, but I will ask him. Oh, right. Okay. Thank you. I'll be trotted. It's just that sort of, just like it's all under control. Take a breath. Use your words. Don't shout at me. Oh, all right. No. Super.
So, I think shout out to Adam Leal, who was one of the assistant referees, because he wisely put himself as an assistant referee. Because if you recall, one of the times he refereed Saints last year, Alex flattened him. So,
somebody,
if you remember.
Yes.
Yeah. And I met him at breakfast in the hotel afterwards, and he was having to use one arm because the other one wasn't working very well.
Oh dear. Did he crack a rib or something? Or was that somebody else?
No, that was
somebody else, wasn't it?
the Liverpudlian ref, I think. Ian Tempest.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
Was it Ian Tempest? Somebody cracked 3 ribs, and it was against Exeter.
Yes. Yeah, I can't remember who it was.
Yeah, yes. Ian Tempest, who came up with the immortal line, calm down, I'm refereeing. Calm down, calm down.
That was when he was refereeing his 100th game or something, wasn't it? And he was really relaxed.
Dan Bigger,
at
Worcester. Calm down. And you could just hear the sniggers, as those who got it.
Yeah.
And those that didn't.
Sarah Cox did get in the way of play at one point, didn't she? But she apologised profusely to everybody. Didn't seem to mollify the Newcastle scrum half, I think. But
well, she actually got in the way a couple of times. The first time Tom James gave her the look. It was quite elegant the way she tried to get out of the way, but it wasn't quite quick enough for Tom. He's like, so both scrum halves gave her the look. But I have to say, I thought. Even though Callum Chick was fine with it, I thought the Newcastle scrum half was a little ungracious.
I thought he was, because she did apologise. He took us
several
all
times.
He took us all back.
The look. She's the ref, remember?
Be careful here.
Be careful here. But no, I agree with you. I thought she did a really good game.
Yeah.
And I actually said to her as such at the end of the game, because I bumped into her in the tunnel.
Oh, that's good. So, the chap sitting next to me said, I suppose we can't criticise her because she's a lady. And I went, she's a ref.
Yeah, she's the ref.
She's the ref. So, if she's doing a good job, she does a good job. If she's not, she's not. She's just the ref. Doesn't matter whether she's a lady, man, or anything in between. She's the ref.
It's the second time she's refereed us this season, at least.
And he went, and he looked at me, went, oh, I suppose so. And I went, please treat it like that. If you want to stay sitting next to me nicely, then just treat it like that. She's the ref. Yeah. That's all.
She's the ref.
Yeah.
And if you talk to most female referees, they tell you, I mean, I don't know all of them, but I have talked to a few of them, they don't actually care. As long as it's not rude, they don't. You can call them sir, you can call whatever you're used to, whatever makes you feel comfortable, as long as it's polite.
Yeah. I think so sir works quite well.
Yes, it takes a little getting used to, but they go with the flow. There is actually that new documentary that's coming out at the end of this week, isn't there?
Yes,
Whistleblowers, which looks
that looks good.
Yeah, it looks very good. Now, we had some sad news this week.
We did.
One of our favourites, champion at getting in the way, has decided to go and get in the way elsewhere.
It's going to, yes.
The fabulous Alex Moon is going to Bayonne next season.
Yeah.
We know he's a traveller. He does like heading out and about. And he's at a time, like he's 27, he's at a time in life where, you know what?
Don't do it
we
now.
always say this, don't we? Yeah. Go with it and have a good time.
What a lovely place to go. Yeah, we will miss him.
I know. Yeah. He's not picking any old rubbish, is he?
No. So, just trying to think how... If there are other potential signings in France, we're going to have to do a round tour of French teams at some point. But they're nice. I mean, Bayonne is a lovely place. Lovely place to go.
Well, we had that comment when we were all very sad that they came to us rather than us going to them. As it turned out, them coming to us worked out in terms of the competition quite well. But I think we're all a little bit sad that we didn't get to go.
You say they came to us.
Having seen how they stuffed. A week later they stuffed Exeter, which shows.
Yeah,
I think it's just a bad day at the office. They're no mugs.
No, but Rob Baxter's explanation as to why they managed to stuff Exeter, I still can't get my head around that. Do you want to share with the pod that explanation, because it makes no sense to me?
I may not be quite right, but it was something about the fact when they heard the Saints result, they were a little bit sad and put off.
Yes, it was our fault somehow.
Really? It was our fault. Forget it. No.
There was nothing to play
The
for.
Munster result meant they were a bit sad because there was nothing to play for, which is that's some nonsense. Anyway.
Absolute garbage. They're professional sportsmen. That was very strange. Anyway, moving on to matters closer to home. So as one lock departs, Neely, another locket shows his stuff.
She's on. She's on.
See what I did there? I'm here all week. Yes. So, as Douse said, and in fact, as we said to the news of Mooney going, well, that we will miss him. However, Tom Lockett now's your chance. And he showed what he could do, didn't he, on Friday night?
Outstanding performance. I don't think Sherpa 2, a.k.a. Ryan Robinson, the media manager, realised how good it was until he looked at my photos. And you can always tell when a player is just all over a game by the number of photos that I get of him being all over a game.
All over the game.
And in Tom's case, it was significant. He was the standout player amongst the, those that were playing on Friday night. You could tell who was the class act. It was Tom Lockett. Had an absolutely brilliant game, nicking ball in the line out, absolutely secure in the engine room. There was one maul, which was just a thing of beauty. It probably are the dullest photos I've taken a long time, but I was so taken with the fact he just enveloped everybody. Ed Prowse sort of tried to get involved, to get some of the action, but no, it was Tom who enveloped basically most of the London Scottish pack and wouldn't let the ball out. He had an outstanding game, and we forget how young these lads are. They're very young. I mean, he was getting excited about playing in the Premiership Rugby Cup at the start of the season.
Yes,
at Ealing, and yet he's been playing in Vestec Champions Cup rugby. Yeah, he is and he's learning. His whole thing. Every time you talk to him, he's desperate to learn, and he's desperate to, get game time under his belt. So,
from what I've seen, he's learned really
from the master.
Well. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he'll have learned from the likes of Mooney and he and Alex Coles, and we're very lucky that we lose a player of Alex Moon's calibre, but we have somebody coming up through the ranks so quickly in Tom Lockett.
Absolutely brilliant.
Tom Lockett. Bedford, Friday night lights at Goldington Road. I say lights. Please, Mr. Audrey, will you clean your lights? They're a little dim. It was 5 points. It was a funny old game. Whoever... The outside centre for London Scottish had worked out the missed pass that they kept trying, and he nearly scored 3 times from it. As it turned out, in the end, he only scored twice. But anyway, seriously, guys, learn that lesson. But it was 5 points.
That's
good. So the battle is still on at the top of the championship. So well played, Bedford Blues. But really well played, Tom Lockett.
Tom Lockett,
a top performance. No Loughborough game this week.
No.
All these competitions are very stop-start.
Yeah.
But yes, so no Loughborough game this week. Photography corner. It was a bit of a challenge on Friday night at Goldington Road, out there somewhere in the pitch.
The lights.
It wasn't how I was a bit slightly unnerved when I arrived, when only 2 floodlights were on. I thought, no, this is going to be fun.
Yes.
And only at one end. I don't know whether it was sort of tactics. Shall we get London Scottish, warming up in the dark? But no, we did have a full set of floodlights in there.
That's good.
Saturday was fine.
Yeah.
It was cold. Oh, gosh, it was cold. The wind actually did really, really cool things down. It was, it was a bit taters out there. But the cameras went well. So there's nothing particularly unusual to report. It was the usual old nonsense. Changing room, though, I had an absolute blast. I was really pleased with the changing room photos. And isn't it funny when... well, it isn't really. It's a sort of law of physics, Claire. when there are fewer people in a space, doesn't it look empty? So when there are 7 very large gentlemen missing from that space, it does not make a difference.
Yes.
It really does. Yeah. But there were a lot of children in the space. They came in, so we had some Brailleys.
Not random children.
We had Sam.
These are not just random children. These are
random children that the players were just herding in. Come on, like child catchers. No, they were their own kids. They were their own kids. We had a collection of laws, a Matavesi, a Waller, some Brailleys, yes, and they were all beautifully behaved, and a very, very small Miller Mills. They were all very beautifully behaved, bless them. And the song was sung with great gusto. So, and it was Lewis and Rory. Rory, of course, despite having a bit of a moment with the ref, it was 150. Yeah. I remember when he made his debut at Leicester Tigers all those years ago in lime green.
Oh,
it's that long ago.
Oh,
yes. Yeah. Ooh, yes. Long time ago.
Yes, just gone a little wander down memory lane.
Yeah, we did. Yes. And actually, as they all do, they all look much thinner and slighter. I can't say they look less grey because they don't have any grey. That's you and me have that problem, but
yes,
you don't actually. What am I on about? It's me that has that problem.
I have a very good colourist.
Okay. Well, she does. I'm assuming it's a she.
Yeah,
it's probably an unwise assumption on my part. She does a fantastic job.
She's very good.
Yes, they all look much thinner of face.
Yes. They've barely started shaving. Some of them, though, had they, when they were thrown in at the deep end?
Well, quite. Now, Media Watch.
BBC. Look, even people who are not diehard Saints supporters are starting to get involved with this now. So where I was on Saturday night, I was with a couple of chaps from Northampton, and one of them was saying, "What about the BBC ought to hang their heads in shame?" Said no coverage on Look East, or next to no coverage on Look East, and then trying to make it as if it's an international thing between us and Munster rather than a club rugby thing, and still bigging up Munster and not Northampton, and it's not right. And then one of my other friends went, "And that's why we have a pod." Well done, Mark. Yes, that is why we have a pod. So, yes. Look East last week.
We have to say, no, Look East last week, I was sat in the airport, day 2 of trying to get home, watching it while we were waiting to get on our second attempt at coming home. And it's like, what? So, no, I'm not even going to go there. Blokes stood outside Leicester City's ground in the dark.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
But there was some basketball, which seems to be flavour of the month at the moment. It's all about the basketball.
Yeah, let's talk about the basketball.
Yeah.
Yes. However, plaudit to Mr. McKechnie, who did a fabulous review of the game, including excerpts from his and Lenny's commentary at Thomond Park. And plaudits to Liz Tyler for being the Nostradamus of the Saints media team, for realising that actually picking Sam Graham a few weeks before was a really smart move.
Really smart move. Yeah.
So I thought that Saints show, it's a good show anyway, but I thought it was one of the best.
Very good.
Because Sam could, be with Graham and go through a wonderful review of a really, really important match in the history of Northampton Saints.
Yes,
and did it far more justice than we'll forget the TV. Well done, the radio.
Yes.
I'm not just saying that because I got a shout out.
You got a very good mention,
which I did. It was a very good mention, and I thanked Graham on Saturday. It was very kind of him. But those photos did rather tell the tale.
They did.
Of that,
they did.
Yes, of that try. Because trying to explain it without the aid of photographs Yes, it's tough. It was a difficult one for radio, though, trying to explain my photos. But anyway, you had a game attempt, yes. So thank you, Graham. It's always kind of you to mention my efforts. But I thought that was a cracking show.
It was very good.
Did the game and Saints' performance justice?
And the whole weekend as well, about what fun they had in the pubs and so and so afterwards, which I have in the past, but managed to miss this one. So, hey ho!
You'll be back on tour soon. You'll be back on tour soon.
Down to Bristol soon, won't we? So 8 weeks.
Walking rugby. I hear you're back out on the. Do we say pitch?
No, we're in the barn. We're in the barn, as we know to refer to it now.
But when is it a pitch when you're playing, or is it a court? I mean,
it's a pitch.
Wheelchair rugby. It's a pitch, because wheelchair rugby is a court.
Oh no, I think it's a pitch. I don't know. Don't get that technical. Just see ball, get ball, walk forward,
stay on side.
Stay on. Well, that would be interesting if some people could do that. Thank you. Just had a cup of tea delivered. Thank you.
Oh, very good.
Yes, it's very well trained. Really.
The IT department's extended its scope to tea, is it?
Yeah. So walking rugby missed last week because we went to the comedy club at Toaster Mill and sat in the front row because we didn't think anything of it. And the compere tried to pick on us. There you go then. I expect he'll get over it. But we're back on walking rugby this week.
Will he get over it? Will he really get over it?
I don't know. It's his problem, isn't it? Shouldn't do it. You should not look at somebody and think, she looks small and ginger. Move. I can probably pick on her. As a friend who was sitting at the back, his wife said, "Oh, it's picked on that woman." He said, Jill said, "It's not going to end well. It's not going. He's picked on Liz. It's not going to end well." There we go. And
it didn't. Oh dear.
Yeah.
So
anyway,
walking rugby. Any injuries to report, or is it all good?
Well, I don't know because I've missed it for a couple of weeks. Where was I the week before? Oh, having my nails done at Kay's thing. So yes, but back on track this week.
I'm just wondering how Dallas would react if one of the players came and said, "Sorry, I've missed training because I was having my nails done."
Well, perhaps, I don't know. Somebody might try it, and then we'll find out. I think there'll be a meltdown. No, don't try it. No, Lee Radford. No, don't. I don't even know. Even I'm not even going to confess that I would miss walking rugby to them for that. Anyway, moving on.
Oh, what? Oh, you said the words Lee and Radford, and we didn't say congratulations again to our defence, nilling them in the second half.
Yeah, brilliant defence. And they were saying it on, because I've watched it back as well as listening to it back. Having watched it back, even that exceptionally tedious time in the second half of really kicking it again and again. Oh, somebody drop it. Anyway, but no, the defence was superb. I just loved it. So I at one point looked at Chunner standing on the centre line just going, I'm not running. There's no point until one of them does something. I'm not moving. I'm just like...
One day one of them's going to get a little fishing stool out and just sit down.
Let me know when you've done. But defence again, superb. Superb defence when they were pressing on the line and everything. It was really good. The penalty count was fairly low against us as well. Well, they got 2 yellow cards, didn't they? So, yeah.
Yes. Mm.
So yes.
And a penalty try.
Yes. Yeah, so poor Ollie, that would have been Ollie's try, wouldn't it? Would have given it, but it was penalty try. So walking rugby, we've got walking rugby this week. I don't suppose there'll be any walking rugby the following week Well, there might be, but I don't know where they'll have to meet in the barn. They can't come because it's the 10th anniversary dinner, of course, with all the old players back, and most of whom will probably qualify for walking rugby now. Yeah. I might say that.
Yes, I will be. Adam Gums and I are going to be the photographers at that event. So smile nice.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. I've just got to decide. It says dress. Obviously, it's lounge suits for the chaps, cocktail dresses for the women. I had to send a message to a friend saying, what is a cocktail dress? Do I even have one? But I think I have. I've got a frock of sorts. So, yeah.
If I'm working, grovelling around with cameras, I am not wearing a cocktail dress. That is not happening.
No. Brilliant. So
it should be great to see the 2014 team again.
I'm looking forward to that. I think it's going to be a good laugh. Yeah, I think it'll be great fun, actually. So, I am so looking forward to them. I'm just thinking who's coming back. So things like the Peasy brothers and Fodes. Will he have an American accent? Interesting one. Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see who actually makes it.
Yes.
From various parts of the world.
Yeah.
Some of them have got some considerable distances to travel.
The Peasy brothers.
The Peasy brothers. And some of them are coming from around the corner. So, you know.
Yes.
It will be interesting.
Some of them will have been there that day.
Yes.
The Waller brothers. Not far from them at all. So.
Yep. So we'll see. See who makes it. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea who is there. Yeah.
That's part of the fun of it, isn't it?
Well, it is. It is. And then the following week.
I know. I was just going to say. I just wonder if Jim and Nobby will be there as well.
Well, you would hope so.
You'd hope so. That could be slightly embarrassing because Fred and I were a bit like minions when we saw Nobby after we beat Sale, so that could be. He won't remember us. It'll be all right. It'll be grand. He won't. We'll be wearing cocktail dresses, so he won't recognise us.
He won't recognise you. You won't have your green, black, and gold, scarf, shirt, whatever. No, you'll be fine. Undercover. Be fine. Put your stealth glasses on again. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Yes. Be no problem at all. So.
Now the following week is the former players' lunch, held again at the RAC Club. And I'll be going down to take photos. Thoroughly enjoyed it last year. Really, really good event. And I hear there are even more players going this year. So last year was the inaugural lunch.
Yeah.
And this year there's lots more players going, which is really, really good. So I've asked Lenny to play the role of herder of butterflies because they all want the group photo at the end. So I need a team of people to get them in order.
Yes.
And yes. So I'm really looking forward to that because it's a really lovely event. And the players that were there last year thoroughly enjoyed it, and they all wanted a copy of the group photo. So
excellent.
It's an event in aid of the Players Benevolent Fund. So be great to see everybody.
Let's hope. I hope you have a better time afterwards than last year.
So last year, yes, that was a bit of a disaster. The secure car park that for years we parked in decided not to be secure, and our car got smashed up and all my kit was stolen. About £35,000 worth of kit. Yes. One very complicated insurance claim later.
Yeah.
But it's all replaced. And it's the kit you see me with at the moment that I'm using. So, it was meant an expensive rise in the old insurance premium. But there you go. Not good. And it now means that wherever I take the big lens, I have to tie it to something using a Kensington lock. So it's been to various places and been tied to radiators and all sorts.
I feel the big lens should have a name somehow. I have to think about that.
One of my colleagues used to call her lens Winston. Yes, but I've always called the big lens the big lens.
Big
He
lens.
might not know who it is if I start calling it something else.
Yeah, true. It's a bit late in the day to start giving him a name. Yeah.
It's a bit late in the day, it's kind of got used to its name. Yes. So the former players' lunch at the RAC Club in London. So if you hear of riots around Pall Mall, you know what's going on.
It's you.
It's not me, it'll be them. There is they adjourn to a pub afterwards. So I imagine it gets a bit messy. I don't go to that bit. I live to do whatever I need to do.
Probably best not to. Yeah. So Saint Supporters Club.
And it's all run by the lovely Paul Shields. Paul Shields is the organiser.
He's a good egg. He's a good egg, isn't he, our Paul?
He is a good egg.
Yes, Saint Supporters Club.
Probably a busy good egg at the moment. Well, one thing and another. The Supporters Club, yes.
Yes, sorry. So we are running a coach to Bristol. It's an evening game, but enough people said they wanted to go. So think about if you weren't thinking of going to Bristol because you didn't fancy driving, take the afternoon off work. I think you can go with that and go to Bristol on the coach. Let the coach take the strain. And we have got 2 coaches at the moment going to Harlequins, and one is already nearly fully booked. So, get your everything in for that. Because that's at Twickenham, and we all know Twickenham is a pig of a place to try and get to. So going from the Gardens to Twickenham, parking in the Rosebein car park, it's all sorted for you. So have a look on the website and sign up for those. That'd be brilliant. And yeah, we're just cracking on. We're supporting the foundation at Foundation Day, so there will be stuff on our stall, gazebo placement, which may or may not have the gazebo depending on how much space we've got. We'll be helping the foundation sell raffle tickets in the lead up to Foundation Day game, which is the Sarries game on Good Friday. So, and if anybody wants to support us, volunteer to help sell raffle tickets, just drop us a line, drop us an email. The address is on the webpage, and that'd be brilliant. So, yeah, that's the Supporters Club. Toaster under 9s.
Find a way of getting into the link in the blurb for the pod. I'll see if I can organise that.
Marvellous.
Toaster under 9s, sorry. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. If you go onto the Saint Supporters Club website as well, there's my witterings to match these ramblings, or ramblings to match these witterings, whichever it is. So Claire's photographs and my words are there as well, which make just a different slant on things, really. Toaster under 9s. Now, they are doing really well. They've got 42 players. So they were due to play Buckingham at Buckingham. Buckingham have only got 20 players. So they decided to split the Toaster under 9 squad in 2, and 20 of them went off to play Buckingham, and the others stayed at home and played Bugbrook. So when I asked our intrepid Toaster under 9 if they'd won at home to Bugbrook, he said, "Do you know, Granny, I haven't the faintest idea, but I had a great time." So I just left it at that, really, because that...
Excellent.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about. So they're doing really
well.
Well
done, Harry.
Yeah. He put in a tackle. Didn't score a try, but put in a tackle. So I think that's really good. So he's doing well.
Is he turning into the Tom Litchfield of Toaster under 9s?
I don't think so. No, not quite yet, but we'll work on it. That's big shoes to fill. Yeah.
Well, he knows what to aim for.
Yes, yeah. I think his tackling style is more in the Marcus Smith of the under 9s, to be honest. But
oh, okay. Yes.
But he's under 9, so he's allowed to be.
Yes, he's learning his trade. Yes.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So, it says on our list, Mrs. Saunders, cake and pikelet watch.
It does. It's been a busy front last week. Obviously, there had to be a special delivery of pikelets to try and support a young man going through difficult day. Judicial hearing, but powered by Parklets. But he's actually returned the original box now, so it can be filled up again.
Praise be.
And
Praise be.
Northampton Saints Foundation, absolutely shameless in their bid to get a cake, said, we need to have a meeting with you about the foundation day. They didn't. It could have been done on email, but they knew they'd get a lemon drizzle cake. So they got a lemon drizzle cake. And then there were complaints from people, well, I wasn't in the office. Well, I can't look at everybody's diary before bringing in
Only
cake.
the head honcho. Only the head honcho. If you're going to upset anybody, Catherine Dean.
Sorry, Catherine. I didn't know you wouldn't be in the office, and she hasn't told me whether they left any for her. That's not my problem. Office politics.
Not a
so
chance.
I will have
no chance. They'd have snaffled the lot. No. Not
so
a
I'll
chance.
have to let her know next time I'm going in with yeah. It was all done with good intent.
We were very grateful. By the way, your lemon drizzle from last week, when the well-travelled piece, we were actually sort of eating it. It became a bit like, Scott's trip to the Antarctic a bit, as we, took off a piece. For those of you who are interested, we got back on Monday night, so it wasn't too bad. But the lemon drizzle played an important part in getting us through it. So thank you, Liz.
Keeping your spirits up, yes.
And it got pinker. If you remember, the napkin was gradually transferring itself to the lemon drizzle. So we had a sort of pinkish lemon drizzle cake by the end.
A bit like Newcastle
but
shorts.
It's just hot drizzle. If it had gone that colour, I don't think I'd have eaten it without being rude. I think that
cheap sweets.
Given that the napkins were burgundy rather more than pink, so that if we'd gone to highlight a pink, something was going very reactive.
That's what their shorts were like, cheap sweets. But cheap sweets and icing on cheap cakes. That's the colour.
The pick and mix cheap sweets that basically overdoing the sugar. Yeah. Not good. Really not good.
So now we enter the Six Nations break of 8 weeks, is it, till we play again, Saints?
22nd of March is the Bristol game.
We've got some friendlies, obviously, coming up, which we will be back to.
And Bedford are playing a few games, so they play Cornish Pirates this weekend.
Oh, are they at Bedford or away?
They're at Bedford, so you could have a trip to Goldington Road, Mrs. Saunders.
Is it done Saturday afternoon, Mrs. Jones?
And it is, and they're showing the England game in the Borough. So you can watch the England game and then watch Cornish Pirates.
Oh,
Sherpa 2 will be delighted to host you.
Well, yeah, I do like Goldington Road, so that might be that could be on the cards. I will consult with he who must be obeyed.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see. And we'll see.
The IT department, you mean?
The IT department. Tea making and IT department, yeah.
IT, very good, multi-talented IT department.
Yes.
But yes, so Dr. Jones will be there. Sherpa 1 will be attending the game.
And it's just my mission to make you giggle. So the photographs are blurred. Dr. T and I is our mission at Bedford because we can stand
behind me saying rude things is just not,
It's not rude. They weren't rude. They were just
not my concentration.
Yeah, a lot of Monty Python quotes. I seem to recall. So we might come and do
this. Yes. Fortunately, the first time that happened, you were on the terrace and I was at one end of a Wanderers game.
That was
So I missed the worst of it. Yes.
Yeah, that was Harry Mallender with his long blonde hair, wasn't it? When he just was it some Princess Mallender came into it. I just want to sing.
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
Yes.
Now he's off to the NFL.
Yeah. Seeking his look on Broadway. Just want to say, I'm sure he wasn't like that at all, but it was just an impression we had on the terraces.
It was one of those games where,
there wasn't a lot happening on the pitch.
With your chips from.
Yeah, Yeah, happy days.
No. I seem to remember the ref was quite over dramatic with his gestures when
Oh, he
awarding
was.
anything, really.
Yeah. It was the whole thing just got a bit silly.
Yes.
We got particularly silly. So yes, so we will be looking, won't we,
Yes.
to fill airtime with the pod with some guests. Well, at least one. We know one who's champing at the bit and wants payment in chocolate cake, apparently.
And wants the...
So we will.
Oh, it's not only his cake, he's actually named his type of cake.
Yeah, chocolate cake.
So yes, we will be bringing the pod, not necessarily every week, but we'll endeavour. Certainly in the next week or so, we will bring the pod because we've got some friends we'd like to interview and have a chat about what they do. They are connected with Saints.
Yes.
It's not just some random bloke off the street or woman off the street. So, we'll have a chat and we'll bring you the pod. Of course, we'll have a chance next week to talk about if any of our players feature in the Six Nations. We'll have a a little bit of a post review about that. And
if
of course,
any fails to pick any of them, we'll pretend it hasn't happened. But if at least one features, then we will be talking about it.
Well, if Borthwick hasn't picked any of them, Liz, I think we're going to have to think of ways of getting Red Cross parcels to the 7 of them. I think the lemon drizzle production and pikelet production is going to have to go through the roof. He didn't pick any of them. Yes.
Even he can't do that, can he?
We may be... Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows? That was a huge sigh there, wasn't it? That's, oh, goodness, only knows what
it was. We probably will have, I'm imagining, because the relationship continues, we may have some Saints playing at Goldington Road on Saturday. The England under-20 boys are back with the England 20s, so they won't be there because they're back in camp for their Six Nations.
All right.
So it'll be interesting to see.
It's not this Saturday's, it's the following Saturday where Lightning are playing and Saints under 18s. They're doing a back-to-back fixture, aren't they?
Yes, and it's a really important game. Hoppers, I was talking to Mark Hopley on Friday night, and it's a really important game for the under 18s. He's really keen for everybody, if you can come. Obviously, there you go. My ear fell out. There we go.
Yeah.
He's really keen that everybody comes along. Obviously, we want everybody to support the Loughborough Lightning women, who are going very well at the moment. But the under 18s really need our support because if they win that game, they're into the final. And so it'll be the 3rd year on the trot they get to the final, and hopefully this year they can win it. They do get to the Gardens if you can.
They look as if they're the clips I've seen, they're playing the Saints way, aren't they? They're just outrageous
it's our DNA. It's
shenanigans going on. Yeah, which is lovely to see. So I think this Saturday, Goldington Road. The following Saturday, is that the 10th? No. Yes, the 10th. The following Saturday. Yes,
you're right. You keep going. Yeah, you're right. The 10th.
Down the Gardens for a double dose.
So the cameras will be busy this Saturday and the following Saturday. And then I will be having a weekend off in mid-February. Very unusual, but I will be having a weekend off. I know. Who'd have thought? I'm going to a party.
Oh, yeah. That's nice.
Yeah, in London and everything. That there London and everything.
That there London. I've just realised I haven't booked holiday with the pod, but I'm going to Tenerife, so we could still pod because they have Wi-Fi there. So might be.
I believe they have the internet.
They do have the internet. They do have the interweb there. So it may be just with the sound of the sea in the background. I can manage.
And when is this holiday?
It's the end of February. It's after the Saints Open Day.
Oh.
So we do Saints Open Day on the 22nd and we go off to Tenerife on the 23rd. So.
Right. So, all excitement. So, I think on that note, Liz.
I think we can.
Oh, hang in there.
What?
Before we both expire.
Yes. It's just a bit of tea. There's nothing wrong with me. I do need gin.
Hang in there, girl. Hang in there, girl.
Oh,
always,
just
yes.
on gin news, on Friday night.
All right.
My husband mixed me a gin and tonic and said, we've been married a long time. I was mystified by this. There might be too much gin in it. On that note,
shocking revelations from South Northamptonshire.
I just didn't know what he meant.
Well,
I was
sorry
confused.
to leave you on that note, ladies and gentlemen.
But
that is the Ladies Wot Pod, episode 12.
Thank you and goodbye.
Bye.